cool.
Episode 4.
This is episode 4.
We gotta put the headphones on or no?
You can do whatever you want.
Son, he supposed to have at least like 7 more bottles of Bel Air.
You know what? I thought of that as soon as I walked in here and I saw this.
Yeah, Sonny, y'all supposed to regulate the situation way beforehand. Like,
I've been out of communication with Ari.
Sonny's
Literally.
Yes, literally.
Sonny.
And don't worry, I got on him about that communication shit right there
listen,
earlier.
let me
He's
go.
going.
You want to go first, or you want me to
go?
go? You go first. All right, let me just introduce. So we got Sonny.
We don't need no introduction.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah. Fuck that dumb shit. Let me go.
Shout out to Sonny.
So,
I ain't see you in a while, man. I miss you.
Right.
Shit.
So
I can tell y'all miss each other. It's a lot of built up.
No, right?
Animosity.
Ari is on strike 3, but he's family, right? So the first thing that Ari did was he curved us when we went to Bianca. Shout out to Bianca. That's like not my girlfriend. But he curved us
Yes,
at
brother.
group chat.
he
girlfriend.
curved us at Bianca's birthday party. He ain't come, he ain't say nothing to
He
nobody.
said group chat girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, he
Group
did.
chat. He says not his girlfriend.
So then it was a podcast that was supposed to happen one day. So it's like, I'm like, let me hurry up. It was cold. It was
Right.
one of
cold
those
out
days
there.
where I was about to be like, man, fuck that podcast shit. I'm like, let me get up and go because I keep my word. So I get there. It's 6 o'clock. Nobody's there. So I'm chilling. I'm like, damn, 6:30. All right, I don't want to be the micromanaging your way out.
Right.
So like 6:45, I hear Ari like, yo, y'all close? The nigga never responds.
I did.
You didn't.
Who you responded to? Me.
You ain't respond. I could show you, nigga.
No.
Wasn't on the Wi-Fi.
So then I hit Teak like, yo, y'all close? She like, close. I already canceled. He didn't tell you that. And I spoke to him earlier that day. Nigga
He
called
told me he was gonna call you because
He called me, asked me about
a
adapter.
Yes.
Exactly.
You on a hot seat, Ari?
Yeah, pretty much.
man.
I've been here all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Then
know?
we bring it up to speed to today where it just was like, Ari didn't say nothing. Like, I already hit Teak and Kevin, and then Ari just
I'm gonna need it.
randomly hit me out of
Thank you,
nowhere.
Kyle.
Like, yeah, here's the address
my-
for
that's
the
good, baby.
podcast. I'm like, nigga, I already spoke to them.
Exactly.
They can't smoke in here?
You can do
I'm
it.
asking for my friend. Not really.
You asking for your
You
friend?
probably could though.
You probably. I mean, what? I mean, what?
She's from Texas and she's really cool, so I'm pretty sure that
It's morning.
Y'all ain't
If
check
not,
the
I can
ramifications.
come on.
That's supposed to be one of the
probably not though.
one
You
of the
don't wanna
first
get
set of
charged
things.
like a.
But going back to all right, so yes,
Empty it, Kevin.
I'm on 3 strikes, right? Yeah.
Still my nigga though.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just be like, I know to hit Teak if I got any questions.
Yes.
You said, all right, this Teak shit. This ain't already shit no more.
And Ari,
That's his shit. But what he think he has is this assistant
Nah.
slash.
We was working on
partner
we was working on getting
Like
that
he got me
system.
like I got like 4 titles going on probably
Teak,
over here.
when Teak started telling me about this, she just told me she was just going to give her opinion.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward the time,
She's the co-host.
she the one giving me the coordinates,
coordinator.
the address,
Yeah,
the hey,
The house mom.
Yeah. She's like
That's crazy.
she's like the QB coordinator, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, you know. But we appreciate I appreciate you.
And I ain't gonna hold you. She keep the group chats alive, man. It be
because sometimes it's dead.
that as a dead a lot of the
All the
times.
time.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, nigga, all the time. If Teak don't say
Oh,
shit,
man,
nobody
Teak-
says
send
shit.
text like, "Hey guys, I
Teak
love
be like
y'all."
Merry
Like,
Christmas,
the
Happy
hell?
Hanukkah, all
Shit,
sorts
you
of
know.
stuff.
Well, he shot my shit down on Christmas.
Well, you know,
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it be
my
like
bad.
that sometimes though.
But so what you guys are up to? 'Cause
Everything.
We grind, man.
talk about it.
You want to lead off, Sonny?
Yeah.
Sonny, lead off.
That's right.
Since I'm sober and everything.
For the time
focused,
being.
right?
You want to get high?
Oh my god.
Come on,
Can I
Ari.
be
You
on
at
my live?
Ari,
No.
man.
Yeah. Go ahead, go live. So the bitches could be like, oh, I know that nigga. Who that? Deleted his Instagram.
Who that light skinned Drake looking nigga right there?
So fast forward, like I knew Larry for maybe I would say
Long goddamn time.
I you know how you know somebody but you don't know them? Like you see them in passing.
In passing.
I gotta say at least 15 to if my son's 13, it gotta be at least 15, 20 years. Like been seeing them forever. It's Empire,
Yeah.
other little events, or whatever the case is. And it's always the same dope, cool energy. Now you see people sometimes and you just speak to each other like, yo, what's up? We gotta get up. Like, it never was that. Like, I hate that. It never was that kind of bullshit. It was like
Sonny definitely lead into the segue for the bullshit when he said, you know how people be like,
it was a mutual.
we gotta get up.
Yeah, it's like I'd rather people. I'm cool with awkward silence or awkward moment before. You be like, yo, we need to work together. We don't need to work together, nigga. I don't even know. We need to meet each other first and build and vibe.
We saw that in another,
you know what I'm saying? So,
recording.
Yeah, man.
And seeing each other, it was like the universe just lined up. Like, as you know, I opened a store, a sneaker clothing boutique.
Zach, you just jumped in and you didn't introduce our dope guests. Like
we did.
Nah, we just going straight to the talk.
We
busy. We don't got time for
Y'all
it.
busy?
Yeah, we busy.
My brothers are busy. That's what I like.
So it was just like a no-brainer. Like, he got a brand that been
Tell the
moving.
people where your store at first, because you.
It's 400 Broadway, Newburgh, New York. It's called The Office. So it's pretty much a Wall Street office.
Where did you get the name from?
Yeah, I wanted to know that.
Damn.
A long time ago. This was like, I was locked up in 2004.
Okay.
And I wrote a business proposal in. Like, this was like some imaginative shit. Like, yo, if I had, you know how people like, yo, if I had this much money, I would do X, Y, Z, this. And while I was locked up, I wrote a whole proposal, like everything, objective, down to how I wanted it to look. The same thing that the store is now,
That's
I wrote
you had
12, 13 years ago.
Wow.
So
did that include the miniature golf too? Or no, that was an add-on?
I'm gonna show you the old shit one day. I got the shit on paper.
So you got
Like,
the blueprint.
The whole everything.
miniature
The
golf.
only thing that's changed was the brands. Like,
Okay.
back then, I was looking into getting academics,
Yeah.
LRG and shit like that. But
Right.
maybe like a year ago, I thought about it again, and I was like, yo, you know what? Instead of me imagining,
Just do
I
it.
could do it. Like, nigga, all that in my mind, you can do anything. Like, not to offset anybody's religion, but fuck praying, fuck hoping, fuck wishing. If you got the discipline to do it, you can take your time and do anything you want, whether you walk it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be a millionaire, you can. It's not
You could be
far-fetched.
a millionaire. Yeah.
It's just certain sacrifices you make. Like, you know what? Fuck bitches, fuck sneakers,
You got
clothes.
to get up
this.
off your ass.
I'm gonna save this much, and
That's
I'm gonna
the
be a
only way.
millionaire.
Absolutely.
You got to get up off your ass.
If I want to lose weight, you know what? I'm gonna stop eating XYZ. I'm gonna do some crunches and do it.
It's about disciplining yourself, and I think that's the key to success, though. Like, discipline.
Right.
A lot of people don't got that though.
I think so. Discipline
and
and integrity.
how you guys merge to do how
it
you
was
guys
just,
merge into
like I
do
said,
your thing, though.
both of us I think is pretty good judges of character.
Okay.
So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen each other around. Long as I've known him, he's been a man of his word, vice versa. So it's like,
That's a fact.
let's collectively do something because we have so much
Right.
common ground, common interests, common goals,
Right.
and common morals, mindset. It's just like so much common shit that
Yeah, like we actually friends outside of this. Like I could honestly admit, like he's definitely, yeah, man, it's weird. But you know what? You know why I can say that comfortable though? Because it wasn't built off of no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect him as a businessman.
it was organic.
It was organic.
Co-workers.
We not
Nah, we're not co-workers.
You know what? Honestly, I can say this.
I make sure. So,
Nah, we not
Say,
co-workers.
We not coworkers.
Honestly,
see,
I'm this close to saying like
so we family over
We're
here.
pretty much-
it's family, man.
we're the
It's
same nigga
Just in different
in
bodies.
many regards.
Yo, that's a fact. I notice a lot of, you know what it is with me? I'm just more politically correct. Like, but if we having a conversation, or I'm just as you know, pause raw as he is. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely voice my opinion the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? But for me, like I said, it's a little different because you know I'm more conservative.
We're both.
You know what I mean?
We're both. If this makes sense, we both fucked up people.
Yeah, but we
He's
mean
Bush.
well.
I'm Trump.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna say
mean
the
well.
stupid shit, and he's gonna do the stupid
You know
shit.
what? You know what?
And-
We gonna make this shit work.
I am a big fan of Bush, though.
I mean, hey man.
Why?
I mean, I could take.
Why? Because he's just senior. I'm talking about.
They all the same if you
Well,
ask
what's
me.
the
But
name?
No,
Well, who
senior.
died?
Senior was more of a
Senior died.
Senior died.
Senior
Yeah.
died, but I'm saying I'm more of a fan of him because he was a person who came in who had every credential to be in office. You don't see a lot of that.
I think credentials don't matter.
No,
credentials don't mean shit.
Credentials it do matter.
Why?
Because
in corporate America.
Corporate America. There's niggas with master's degrees who can't get a fucking job.
No, what I'm saying is that in that time frame of him running for office, I know this is going off topic, but in that
very
time frame,
off topic, Ari.
Well, I'm sorry, we just brung it up. But
that's what he do.
In that time span of 1980s, whatever, you didn't have a person with that caliber with all of those credentials to run for office.
I don't remember
at that time because
I'm
you
not
don't
from
remember
that era,
because
the
a lot
first
of people,
president that I really actively remember might be
Obama,
Ari,
right?
Back to the collaboration, Ari.
But everything's do
Ari.
collab. So what collabs do you guys got going on right now?
Right now we got the camouflage Fugazi sweater.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys all know what Fugazi means.
Yeah.
Like Sonny said, to piggyback off what he said, we definitely been, every time I seen Sonny, even in passing, it was always like on some business shit or like some networking shit, or it was always like if he wasn't doing music, it was either the music or I see him in like a production company doing something or at some industry shit. And like I said, as time went on, like we would, like I said, once he told me he had the store and he reached out, it was automatically because I'm like I said, from the time I known him, he been a stand-up dude. And then once I decided to be in his store, I'm actually in a space in my life where I'm open to, like, growing. And I want to do things with, for lack of better words, other black progressive men and things of that nature. So, like, I'm in that space. Like, I know the perception of me is, like, Larry just be on his own wave, doing his own thing. And I kind of want to change that because it's been getting back to me to, like, people don't really know me. They just know me from the surface. Like, they really don't know what I represent, what I really got going on. So now I'm using the opportunity to kind of show, like, yo, look, I'm not just one person. Like, I'm open to doing doing a collab with him, bringing LaMelo on board to do a dinner mix.
So that's what I wanted to ask. Like, I was kind of like...
Yeah, I'm open to...
Kind of like lost with that.
Nah, it ain't nothing to be lost. It's just...
No, not in a bad way.
Yeah, well, you can't be lost in a good way.
Well, it's a good loss.
That's a good loss.
Ain't no such thing as a good
I guess maybe I was, I want to say confused. Because I didn't know where he fit in with that. I've never seen you... Right.
Like
do anything. I know he's always been
right. He's always around. Yeah, and that's the thing.
But I never thought that he would want to, venture out and do something.
Definitely, because to the end of the day, if you look at even all of the bigger brands, everybody collaborate. Like you can't do nothing by yourself no more. Nah, you gotta collab, and that's why I linked up with him to do, and it made a lot of sense. Like you got a store, you know what I'm saying, and we can actually help each other. Yeah. Like that's why I say even with the friendship thing, like at this point, like it's the foundation that is built on is off respect. So it can't really, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, we friends. Like I actually talk. Like I talk to him in the morning.
Conversations with each other. Like, nah, I don't know about that shit.
Right.
Like I said, it's not the corny business shit where niggas looking.
It's not a business relationship. It's more of a friendship and
let's help each other. We like we adults now. Like we grown men. He got a kid. I got a kid. If we can merge and make money to feed our respective families and entities and friends, then that's the type of time I'm on right now. You know
and that's good though, and it shows the evolution though.
Yeah, you got to.
People keep forgetting the evolution, and I think that's what you hitting on is the evolution of just working with different people or people that was doing it and doing it on levels that you like. You know what? Let's collab. Let's make something happen.
Right, and not just talk bullshit.
Right.
Like
it's
we
not just talking about it.
Don't get it twisted. We talk about the niggas that be bullshitting too. Yeah. Like we do address that, and it ain't on no chatty patty shit. But to the end of the day too, like if I'm doing business with him, and if he's dealing with somebody that I know is fucked up, I'm gonna say something. It's not me being a snitch like that, but I'm big on energy. I don't need that hindering something, or at least I'm gonna say, yo, this how I feel about this person XYZ. Now it is at that point for him to feel how he wanna deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think all fuck shit should be addressed. Because the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of people who do
fuck shit,
and not to say they should be killed, but it should be a point where, as a man, you should feel bad about not keeping your word or bullshitting somebody. Like, if it's somewhere I don't want to be, even for the sake of me saying, if I told you I'm going to be there, I'm not going to cancel last minute, I don't give a fuck what happens. I'm going to sacrifice and make sure I'm there. Because I feel fucked up if I were to tell y'all at 5 o'clock or even 6 o'clock, yo, y'all, listen, I'm not, no matter how small it may seem, how trivial it may seem, I'm not going to say, damn, y'all, you know what, I want to play and chill in the crib. I'm not going to make up some shit and be like, right. I'm going to sit in the crib like, I'm going to feel like I'm burning in hell because I know that I bullshitted somebody.
Mm-hmm. Prime example, we both here today. You know what I mean? We both here. And even when this thing went into play.
On time.
Like, on time. Yeah, we was on time, too. On time.
I must say.
On time.
out of every guest that came on.
Yeah, man.
Except for AZ, I probably want to scrape her. But out of every. Just got raw today.
Somebody's wife don't watch this shit.
Right. I fuck with the mom, but I got ties.
You gotta limit what you gotta limit what people watch. But man. Out of all the guests that did come on time.
Yeah, man, and we got content. Late, man. We got good content. We got fire
we
product.
We see the gram and the gram tells. Yeah, see, people keep forgetting, right?
Those hoodies. Before we go away from the hoodies, they're available on Neziak, NEZIAK _. The Office NBNY, and also in Vinny's. Yeah. Since that might be the most popular one, but
yes.
Dope.
Yeah. You could go in there and ask. You should ask for it because it may be closer to the back of the store. So that way you don't even got to search. You could just walk in and be like, yo, y'all got them Fugazi hoodies?
Okay. And sometimes I seen it in the front, in the window. Though.
So we got to get it.
Give and take.
Hold on. What we got to do to get in the front?
Well, we got to go in the front.
Go in there and ask for it.
You got to go in there and say,
be like, yo, I ain't see that shit, so I'm asking y'all.
Put it in the window.
Right, you put it in the window? But you got to be purchasing something as you asking.
Nah, I already got money, man. I already like he got money, man.
What else do you have in your store?
Me? Sneakers, clothes. We got
say the brands though. You don't want them to think like
we got everything.
Right, we know,
yeah, no, we don't say the brands.
All things Brooklyn or bust. Trucker hats, Scullies, ski masks, hoodies. We got Raf Simmons, Nudie, G Star,
Jordans in there. I seen some exclusive Jordans in there.
Got Hugo Boss,
Tango,
Rich Dreads. That's another.
Rich Dreads.
I really fuck with people at Rich Dreads. Cool vibe,
good
dope,
energy,
good people. Tango Hotel
got some nice shit. Fila.
Inspire Lost Dreams is another dope capsule brand that we carry. Fila is another brand. Puma.
So what brands are you trying to get in there?
I
think that's the.
He got everything.
I'm getting shit. I'm not really trying at this point. I'm not even really trying. Like my thing is, I'm in a. I kind of got a Dame Dash. I kind of got a Dame Dash mindset right now.
Shout out to Dame Dash.
Anybody, because I'm about building niggas. Like, you know, I come across a lot of designers, a lot of clotheslines who they might think they do, but they don't have their shit together. Mm-hmm. So I feel like me knowing what I know from working that industry for 10, 11 years is like little shit that I can teach them to build their brand integrity or their brand quality. I'm accepting all shit as long as your shit is right. Like, I'm not going to sit there. As long as your shit is look like something that I would wear, I'm going to put it in the store. You can have your own space. It's not going to be a, yo, let me see if people like it first. Nigga,
right.
My space is your space. As long as you're a cool person, I'm all off of vibes. Like, I hate the protocol structural bullshit where somebody's like, oh, you got to do this or I'm going to try to do this. Nigga, if your shit is dope, you can put it in the store. So any designer that's listening, if you ever, like, I don't have a million hours to give you, but if you ever want to have a conversation with me about how you can help get your brand better to hopefully get in stores, I'll gladly do that. Because
don't hit me, because I'm charging for that shit now. If you want to consulting, I do consulting, but you got to pay for that shit. I'm keeping it all the way a buck. You got to pay me for that.
I feel like revenue.
I'll charge you on the back end. I'll charge you on the back end with the store split. So,
and another thing too, we ain't telling nobody yet, but we gonna bring it. We gonna do something for Super Bowl too. We build. See, that's the problem too, man. We get 30 seconds. That's the fucking problem too. A lot of times when people do stuff, like for example, right? Somebody will link up one time like this, and then they'll do something, then that'd be it. But people don't understand, like, you have to build, like it's just not gonna be successful just me being in his store. No, other things, other aspects, other variables gotta go into
it turns
this
into
thing
whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
into something.
Those clothes being in the store might not be, it could be the spark that create some millionaire shit, but it also could be an event we do.
Right.
Be like, yo, you know what?
You got to open up them streamlines, man. Mm-hmm. You got to open up the streamlines. You got to, because you could make money off the event. You could make money off your product being in the store. Like, it's no more that being just pigeonholed in one thing. Like, that shit is corny now. Like,
so the event that you guys are coming up with on Super Bowl Sunday, right?
Super Bowl weekend.
Super Bowl weekend, yeah.
All right. So, no location yet? How
we gonna make magic happen. Even when we get it, we ain't gonna tell nobody yet anyway. Even if we had it, we ain't gonna let the cat out the bag yet.
I mean, we probably
I must say, Teak is gonna host, right?
Super Bowl
yeah, Teak gonna be host.
Teak gonna be hosting.
We can do it either
Super Bowl weekend,
before,
man.
Yeah, as long as that weekend.
Teak gonna be hosting. That's the word on the street.
Yeah, I mean, she can. She's a looker. So I mean, I mean, that's a couple. That's what they coming out. Yeah, I mean, it's not like.
Yo, side note, we just don't want no niggas. I watched 2 niggas that didn't even know her about the fight over.
Yeah, Teak, you can't have niggas fighting over you though.
You wasn't there.
You know, I'm all about the peace.
I was in a sunken place.
I didn't know who they were.
I've been in a sunken place for a while.
Vicious.
Larry, I didn't even know who they were, where they come from.
But it's still your fault though. You shouldn't have wore what you wore.
What she wore?
She didn't even have on no provocative
don't even know,
shit.
man.
It was just like
I wasn't even.
She was walking around with a fucking thong, like, "Hey, I'm here." She was walking around thong, "Hey, it's me, it's Teak."
You know what though? It might be your face. Some girls just got like this nasty face.
Yeah,
where it's like
shitty face.
I'll do her. It's like that. It's
not,
like
not a cute face, but
I'll do her.
A nasty
like like the come do me face.
Yeah. Do me now.
Everybody like different things.
Face up sex.
Yo, Ari out of control, man.
Yo, what the hell is wrong with you?
Listen, I think what y'all doing is dope. I think.
Well, thank you, man.
I think the collab is.
And don't get it twisted. It's getting stronger. We got other, like you said, Rich Threat. It's definitely that time for us to stand next to each other. Like it's other people that, you know what I'm saying, that I do plan on bringing on board. And one, like for the summer, like he don't even know this, but for the summer, I'm definitely gonna do something with all the fucking brands. Like
I think culturally,
I mean,
I think it's meant
to be. And I feel like I'm the person to do it. Like I have to be the one to do it.
I believe so. So like a pop-up shop type thing, or
not even pop-up, just come and meet people, man. It's gonna be a thing. We gonna, you know.
I think our generation, there's no conglomerates. There's nobody building each other up.
Nothing. Everybody just shitting on the next person.
You gotta remember how when Jay came up, there was Irv Gotti building fucking Murder Inc. You had DNY building. There was
Rough
a bunch
Riders.
of shit
Niggas
going on at the
cash
same
money.
time. Like that can happen. Now it's just like niggas is all over.
Everybody for themselves. Niggas is on fuck shit. So that's why I say now too, when I meet like genuine people, like I value his friendship. You feel me? Like because I don't plan on living my next 30 years gospel life the same way I did my last 30. I'm not gonna move around thinking everybody trying to get over. Like I'm not like that. And no matter how I feel, it's going to be topsy. That's just the balance of life. Like, it's going to be good days, bad days. But as long as you don't do no fuck shit to me, like, it's whatever, man. Shit happen. Like, it's even times where I'll be like, yo, I'm late. And he'll be like, yo, I already know. It's like, we got so much respect for each other. If I say I'm late, he already know it's because I had something to do for my brand. It ain't like this nigga just home
like
fucking around. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you could feel it when somebody's like, nigga, you was getting hot, bro.
Yeah, he was fucking around. You know, but it's a beautiful thing, though. Like I said, more than anything else, man, I'm just happy to be able to be in a position where I could bridge the gaps and really do make some of this stuff happen because it's a lot of niggas bullshit. And I could imagine it was probably 10 niggas that came before him and said, let's do a collab. You know what I'm saying? And it just, like, the minute we said it, like, we anything that we say we gonna do, we just jump on it. And for the one dude that I met that's like that, I met 10 other niggas that's just on some fuck shit, and it's just never.
Crazy. You know what's crazy? It's been niggas that I've known forever. that I've known forever.
The ones you known forever.
That have a close, like I know niggas with brands
not
that
gonna fuck with you on that level.
And not to say that's an issue, but I've went to niggas and they've charged me
don't do
the
that,
highest of the high
fuck them niggas
for certain shit.
Say it. Who?
Don't do it,
fuck them niggas, man. Say it.
The crazy part is I don't even remember the name of them. No, I
don't listen.
I don't give a fuck about niggas. Fuck them niggas.
So do you plan on doing anything other than like your clothing line? You think about anything else? Like
me and Sonny starting the podcast. We coming to take that podcast.
That
Me and Sonny.
I was thinking about that because you already was doing your podcast thing
I
already.
dabble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was pretty dope. So what made you stop with that?
You didn't stop.
No, I ain't stop.
Well, what made you?
You got to allocate energy to other places.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Shout out to our Bar Talk Radio. What people don't know is
shout out to what?
Bar Talk Radio. What people don't know is with me and Bar Talk, I'm keeping it a buck. Like I'm only just a host. I don't have any like for lack of better words, vested. You know, like equity. That's not. Yeah, it's not my thing. And that's what
But the way you hosted,
I know that's So
it's not yours.
Nah, it's not mine.
You want to take
it?
It
was.
Do I want to take it? Don't do me like that on the shot, man.
I mean, he don't have to take it.
Yo, you know what's bad?
He can start his own shit.
Yeah, you know what's messed up is that everybody that watched the show says that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's not mine. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you got to take what's not yours.
Nah, I ain't doing that, man. Shout out to Star. I love Star. They figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? And when they figure it out, I'll be there to help them. You know what I'm saying?
What you said? Show you them what?
They got to figure it out.
Show you the money?
Right.
Show me the. Yo, you a jerk, man.
You already know that's what he is.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, like that's the difference between me. Sonny would have just said, yeah. Me, I'm just like, even if I feel that way, I'm not. Right. Like, I'm like, yo, no, do not say their name. He's gonna say their name.
This one right here is the fucking he the one that's gonna be like agging you on and like
you know. I'm good cop. That's the bad cop. It's good cop, bad cop. You know what I'm saying? I'm the good cop. You know what I mean? I don't.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm trying to keep it.
She from Texas.
What part?
Dallas. I learned everything about her.
Oh man.
Favorite color is purple.
You got that wrong. Got that wrong.
Probably did.
Nice guess though.
Probably did.
Good guess.
I think every female color is like purple or red.
No, mine
some
is purple.
Some bitches like black.
Mine is black.
They
and purple.
fucking black-hearted.
Those my
yeah, black-hearted, black holes.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm
about to say the girls that like
red. I told you.
Girls that,
but I said that right.
Girls that like black. Girls that like black are usually hoes.
I'm not a
black hoe.
Black.
I'm not saying you a hoe.
I'm just saying, black is my favorite color.
Hey,
black
the shoe don't fit. Don't walk off in them. I'm just saying.
Let me see
like black.
Let me see.
Let
me see that.
Get that, Alan? Where did you get that from?
Experience.
If the shoe don't fit. If the glove
Spanish.
don't fit, you must quit.
I never heard that one before.
What, girls that like black are hoes?
I thought it was red.
No, red is for. That's like obvious. That's for hookers. That's a hooker color.
That's what my aunt used to say that all the time.
You wear red. Yo, red shoes and red lipstick is a deal breaker for me.
My aunt used to say
red.
That.
Come around me with red shoes or red lipstick.
Red
is
lipstick?
Like,
red lipstick
I'm
is
curve
the worst.
whole day. A bitch could come downstairs and I'm gonna be like, yo, my stomach hurt.
No.
I don't even know what's going over there.
Red lipstick.
Go upstairs. Go upstairs.
I can't do the. I can't do the red.
You know
lipstick.
why? We grew up in the '80s, so it's like all the hookers
wore red lipstick.
All the Eddie Murphy movies,
right?
All the hookers had on red. Jessica,
right
what was
there
the name
behind,
from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
But right there behind White Castles and Pins over there in East New York.
On Stanley.
On Stanley. That's where the hookers was at.
Hookers.
Shout out to all the hookers that was over there.
Yo, Ari, what was you doing over there, man? He like
he
shouts out
from over there, though. I give him that.
That's my disclaimer. He shout out to one. He said shout out to
I give him that disclaimer. He's from over there.
That's the area, man.
He's like
I used to ride my bike back there when I was a little kid just to see the hookers.
Listen,
I'm not too far from there.
The Ark was right there.
Right.
And it was mad hookers running inside that shit and running outside that shit with niggas.
Yeah.
They was picking up niggas in there.
Fair enough. You was
and that was my thing. I used to be like, Mom, I'm gonna ride my bike to White Castle real quick.
Nigga.
I would go there just to look at
we
the
used to
hookers.
be outside the
that was a thing to me
and shit like that.
Yeah, now that I think about it, and as I do
Shout
a
out to
background,
Ark,
like take my mom back to that time, that would be fun at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You and 8 young boys, you about 10, 11.
Watching ass and
my
titties.
My older homeboy had a car, so we was just in there.
Oh,
we was shit, man. You couldn't tell us.
You ever paid for hooker services?
No.
All right, I don't believe you. I think you paid, man. You shouted out a whole list of strip hookers, bro. You like shout out to all
you got
of
slim
them.
glasses. Every nigga with slim glasses.
Yeah. At some point in time, you look like you did. At some point in time,
Kev, you ever paid for a hooker?
Nobody said I wouldn't though.
See.
What about out the country?
Out the country, I would. Out the country, you would.
Out
the country, you would.
Have you?
Have not.
Have not.
Have you? You seem like you probably
out
did
the country
and peaked and touched.
out the country.
I went to heaven outside the country.
Yeah,
I just put that on Facebook.
Niggas say, yo, I got a couple chicks pregnant.
Yo, when I die, I want to go to DR.
I saw that too,
I don't even want to go to heaven. Just let me go to DR when I die.
If you ask somebody if they ever did something like that and they say I plead the fifth, that mean that.
Yeah.
So I plead the fifth about DR.
I'm pretty sure everybody had a couple chicks in DR.
It's just like a rites of passage.
That shit
you
is
a
all
nigga.
on
Like you gotta be a lame ass nigga to go to DR and not fuck.
Going to DR is like
why?
If you a guy and you don't go to DR to get you gotta be gay.
You gotta go to DR to fuck. That's just part of the passage, man.
Nah, it's not the same.
Nah, not the same in PR.
That's like going to Bushwick and to Dykeman. Like the niggas
PR don't even got no all inclusive.
Bushwick, bro.
PR don't got no all inclusive.
You said Bushwick. That shit was funny because it's mad.
That's what it is. DR in Puerto Rico is like Bushwick and Dykeman.
Yeah.
So I gotta go to DR.
Nobody ever said, yo, bro, I'm going to Bushwick. It's some bitches or niggas back here. I'm going to Playroom. I'm going to Dykeman.
So hold on. All right, go back to the brand. Let's go back to the brand quick fast. So we got websites up. Websites. You catch
The Office NBNY.
So you can catch all of the Fugazi brands on.
Don't say it like that.
I'm sorry.
Because it sounds like
my shit is Fugazi, bro. My brand's called
Brooklyn or Bust. Fugazi is just Fugazi is a collection. Listen, right?
Like I said,
Fugazi. I just want to get. We got to clarify.
No,
Fugazi is a collection within the Brooklyn or Bust.
I don't know. He came at me, man. He like, yo, that Fugazi shit you got.
Fugazi is a term that Italians was using.
Correct. That's a fact.
And I'm really big on that.
Right. Everything that's done within that brand stands
under
for
that
something.
umbrella.
There's some. It's not just a random. Hey, I like this name, or hey, I like this.
Yeah, everything got a story. Every design got a story.
There's a story behind every design.
Like what y'all may not know, for the Fugazi sweater, like the caption box, though, that's real names. That's like really on the caption box underneath Fugazi. It got a couple of designs that I did that's my favorite designs. It got my male best friend up there. It got my female best friend up there. It got my photographer that I've been rocking with from day one up there. And it got the guy that done all my designs thus far up there. Okay. So, and there's one or two people I forgot to put up there.
So it's like it's always a history behind
all the time. My shit is, if it's one thing I'm gonna take pride for on this climbing win is authenticity. That my shit. Now, when I say authentic, yeah, of course the movie shit is, but what I'm saying is it's still gonna be infused with a heavy influence of me, and that's what I feel like is missing, like authenticity, and that's what I'm bringing. Like I'm bringing shit that like. When you wear your sweater around your 17, 18-year-old, 16-year-old cousin, you gonna be cool. They gonna want the sweater that you got on. That's what I'm doing. When Teak wear her sweater for her daughters, her daughter's gonna be like, "Mommy, I want that." So I'm feeling the lane to where it's like for the cool adults. Like I said, you know what I mean? Like I want your kid to be like, "Yo, I want that sweater that Daddy got on."
And it's by somebody who actually gives a fuck about the culture, or I hate that word, culture, but about the people actually, because people quick to say, and I don't knock it because I've been one of those people at a point and I understand it, but people are quick to overpay for some shit by somebody without knowing the history or without knowing the story behind the brand. Like half the people who we patronize don't give a fuck about you or don't care about you.
I think that's what's wrong. I think the culture is saturated, right?
Yeah. Not on this side.
It's not saturated much as
saturation is pretty much watered down, right? Like
it's not watered down. The brand integrity is watered down. There's always been a million clothing brands. There's always been a million stores. At the same time, people don't care to look into what stands behind the brand. So when you got something like Brooklyn or Bust or The Office, where, like I said, I'm letting any designer who got something decent, like if you come to me with some shit, I can tell you, all right, yo, do this to the shit, and then I'll put it in the store. As opposed to other stores that just tell you outright no. Or most people don't even have the balls to walk into Barney's, Saks, Bergdorf, or even they automatically assume like, I can't get my shit in. They won't even bother to say, walk in the store, who's the manager? How can I get my shit in this store? Right. They'll just straight come to me like, yo, bro, I got a clothing line. I want to try to get my shit in the store. it's almost like respect what we're doing the same way you respect these other brands. So when you see a Brooklyn the Bus hoodie and that shit is $100 or even $150, and niggas like, cop damn, up. Bro, why is this? Mm-hmm. You walking bird off, you're not asking Givenchy why is this shit. Why is this sweater $1,200? You're not asking Mike Amiri why is this sweater $800.
Right. Oh, let me address something while I'm on here too. People have always been asking me lately, why do I charge for my events? First of all, I want to say I spent the last year and a half doing free events. Mm-hmm. So that's number one. Number two, to answer that question once and for all, the reason why I charge for my events now is because the places that I'm trying to go in life, they don't fucking take looks. They don't take a fucking sweater. Mm-hmm. They don't take a nice smile. They don't take an eye wink. I can't fuck bitches to get to the next level. It requires money.
Cash, yeah.
It requires capital. And if I continue to do something for free, then after a while I hit a ceiling. Like I don't get to go forward and bring nothing back. Like all I ever did was want to show, like I'm the guy that's showing you like this is what I'm doing and it is attainable if you just fucking commit to it. Like I don't sell niggas no dream.
Because you know what it is? People don't even want to pay production costs, let alone let you make a profit.
Right.
You could tell somebody, yo, it cost me $50 to make this shit. Give me $50, and they'll still haggle you for it. Like, nigga, let me get a profit out of it. Mm-hmm. At least for my sweat equity to say, you know what, bro, you took your time, you put this shit together. What do you? That's support. Yeah. When niggas say, what you want for this? Not, bro, this is this.
And I'm gonna go a step further. Like even let's say that my sweater. Let's say my sweater is $70, right? Mm-hmm. First of all, it costs $10 to embroider one side of the arm. That's $10 already. Yeah. Anybody that know patches is anywhere between like a good quality patch between 7 to 10, not even 10.
I've seen patches for
like $15, $16.
This patch right here was $20.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then you still gotta order the sheet. So, before I'm already at like $30 fucking into the fucking hoodie. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
So
like
you have to make a profit. You have to make something.
Like,
but that's what I'm saying. But that's what life is about. It's about making a profit because nothing is free. What's free in America? Nothing is free. So you have to be able to say, okay, well, if I'm putting all this work into my brand, then I'm expecting something.
Right, and the shit is fire, and you're not gonna look like nobody else. Like you know what I'm saying, and you supporting something that you know is to stand for something. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do no stupid, goofy clout chasing shit. I done had Hov wear my shit, Beyonce, and I don't treat nobody different. I ain't never ever.
And it's a reachable brand. You should want to support a brand where you can see the person, speak to the person, be around the person.
I'm talking to them every morning.
Niggas don't have a clue who runs, and I'm just using these. Like I say, I'm not knocking these brands because I do buy some of their shit.
Definitely.
But you have no clue who designs, owns, or runs Gucci. You have no clue who designs, owns, or runs Louis Vuitton. But you will go pay $600 for a belt.
And half of them don't
but you know without blinking.
And half of them don't even know they could.
You wouldn't even see them on the train.
They so lost.
Like you know what I'm saying. Is this type of mode? Like if you sitting on a train and you sitting next to a person, you wouldn't even know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't know.
Well, a step further, one of these people, you can go to them, it won't be the same elation. If I was to walk up to designer Gucci and be like, yo, look, I got all your shit on right now. They're going to give you the corniest, most bullshit like, bro, smile ever. Like, whatever. Right. They look at you like you should have bought it, nigga.
You stupid.
As opposed to one of us, if I see somebody with some shit on from my store or some Brooklyn the Bus shit on, I'm like, nigga, that's joy to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they might not even have to say shit to me. I might say something first. Like put like this. I was on the train last night with a kid and he was like, yo, I like your style, I got a brand. What you think of my business card? And I was like, yo, you know what? I got a store. I don't even need your business card. I'm gonna go through your Instagram. Let's follow each other right now. I'll go through your shit. And if it's dope, I actually got a meeting with him Saturday. I'm like, if it's dope, I can put it in the store. To me, that's great business as opposed to saying.
See the type of time niggas is on. Like that's the type of time.
Not like yo, I got a store, nigga. I don't want to know, nigga. You got a brand.
Niggas for 3 weeks.
It's here.
Doing all that.
He hit me, yo. What you think of the brand? I said, yo, the brand looks cool. Let's go over the particulars on Saturday and see how we can put it. Because I said I want to be that. I feel like there's not a platform there for young designers. Like when it comes to business, most young designers operate on. I'm going to sell it to my friends, and you're limited to that circle because your friends only your friends are going to wear it because I have an analogy
so long, though, right?
that somebody told me a long time ago that
long.
LeBron is never going to wear a Curry jersey. So it's like as long as your team of your circle is that's what he's doing, that's what they know. That's right. As opposed to let me put it in my store. That way you can have strangers. Even though I might not be the biggest store in the world, you can have strangers see where like gauge like yo listen that
everybody
gotta
get a start. Everybody needs to start from somewhere.
Do you think about? Have you thought about opening up a store closer?
Yeah,
not closer, but more so other areas. Eventually.
What was the reasoning of having it out there in Newburgh?
For one, there's no other boutique within 30 miles. One just opened up. It's nowhere near what we're doing, but based on the demographic, like when I was talking to some brands, like a lot of them have proximity clauses. So if there's a store right here, they won't give you that account.
A certain account, yeah.
But being that there's nothing within, it's like the Wild Wild West for me.
Yeah, he basically took the long shot. As opposed to saying some niggas will just take something closer to New York, but then you can't get mad different accounts. So now then you still not gonna win because you competing with everybody else that's
rent
getting
was
out
another
there.
factor. Like my store is pretty much.
But as opposed to it being there,
he went someplace.
They're gonna gravitate
right.
More
he went
to that
someplace
because it's close.
Right, and he went someplace where
there's nothing else there. They were traveling here to shop. Like people from there was coming to Harlem.
So now I gotta go over here,
or even Soho to shop.
Yeah. Now I can come somewhere
boom,
close.
I'm right there. Rent was another factor. The same store in New York would cost me $10,000 to $12,000 a month.
So my thing is that
we putting niggas, we putting people on, man, and that's the sad part because that stuff like that don't get highlighted, but we actually putting people on, like, and it's crazy. And people fight against that.
I like
that's
the fact
bugged out
that
to me.
You said that you putting people on, so that's my thing. Like now, is it an issue with the fashion industry now though?
It ain't no issue. Larry
this is the thing. Like,
Larry took a year off and came back whipping their ass.
A mentor told me this before.
Teague, look at he's here. If hanging out with Sonnie.
You want, and this is one of the things that sparked me to be that disciplined to say, no, I'm gonna stack my money. I'm gonna build this store out and I'm gonna get it done.
And I took a break and was like, okay, I see what
my
the game is missing.
My mentor told me before, if you want something, fuck saying, yo, y'all should do this. Do that shit. Be that change. Because like I said, I've designed shit before and I was like, damn, this would be dope if my shit was in Barney's. No, you become that Barney's.
That's it.
You can start, like my long goal is I can have a store in 10 different states. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm. It's not at all. Another thing too, all these designers that be having clothing lines, I know y'all ultimate goal is to be in the #1 store in Brooklyn, but it is a million, quadrillion other fucking boutiques, man. Like it don't even make no sense how many other boutiques it is. Like, spread your motherfucking wings.
Because I always thought it was something like the fashion industry was just more like is going south. It's not urban fashion.
There you go. I was going to say
urban
that.
Urban fashion is the biggest form of fashion that it can be. If you look at any high-end brand, they're tapping into urban fashion because
right now
that's where they've been doing that shit. Before they were copying. Now it's too obvious to copy.
Like, look at
this
Gucci
is the information age.
That shit.
No, they just paid them. They just
Gucci took no, I'm not to say fuck Dapper Dan, but Gucci took Iceberg's whole platform and ran with that shit. For the last 2-3 years. All of that character shit was shit that other brands have been doing.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it became a thing because Gucci had Snoopy on the shit and all these other...
Yeah, Mickey and all that.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't knock it, but urban fashion has always been ahead of the curve.
The wave.
So before, what they would do was they would copy it because it was like, if nobody knows you... I look like the first person to do it.
Yeah,
Christopher Columbus shit.
Yeah.
But now, being that this is the age of information and everything is digital, you can't copy something without somebody else knowing.
It's hard to copy
so now, in terms, it's like, oh, let's do a collab. One of the most stush brands ever, Polo, Ralph Lauren Polo did a collab with Palace, which is the skater brand. Louis Vuitton did a collab with Supreme. Like, that shit is unheard of.
It is.
Yeah.
10 years ago, you would...
It made Supreme a lot of money.
No, it made Louis Vuitton a lot of money.
We ain't here to talk about let's talk about Office Newburgh and the Brooklyn No Bus brand. That's what we talk about.
So what we're doing is
we're for the ladies. I need to know what you have for the ladies.
I'm working on the ladies' design.
I was gonna ask that.
We got a lot of ladies. We got Flying Arcade.
Yeah.
We got Brooklyn No Bus stuff.
Me and my daughter might want to rock some of your shit.
Balloon, we got some balloon animal stuff. The Super Bubble.
Well, Sonny Store got women's stuff, but if you're asking me like under my brand, I'm doing the first female design top of the year.
Okay.
You want to take some pictures in it for me?
Of course.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I definitely got stuff for the women
coming. I got something coming for y'all too in 2019.
Men stuff?
I've been talking. No.
Oh yeah, I know.
You got some women for us?
Me and Ari could be the head of the casting.
Y'all can. Y'all honestly can.
I want to. If y'all can, hell yeah, because if y'all agreed that fast, that means some type of women is involved in this thing.
It's a touch thing.
But I'm gonna add some.
It's a touch and finger thing.
You got to touch.
I'm gonna add another product to it, so it's like it's. I met with somebody, so. We got another meeting coming up as soon as the New Year's over, and we're gonna get busy.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Kevin brand.
I want to ask Teak. I'm rookie.
Oh, that's another.
Am I rookie of the year right now?
That's
Teak?
Another brand that we got in the store.
I like Kevin.
Wait, real fast. Teak, I'm rookie of the year. I'm rookie of the year.
Don't do that.
I left for a year and came back. Shaking shit the fuck up. Got my man Sonnie on board with me too.
And I love it.
Don't leave me hanging.
You supposed to.
Came back and shook shit up. That's
exactly.
So shook shit the fuck up.
What's gonna be dope is that.
That's what I said. And you want to create that. You want to create that regime where it's just like.
It's no fun if you by yourself. And I just want to let every designer know. I'm not talking shit. I'm just talking fact shit. Like, I just want everybody to know. Like, people that think, like, oh, like, we got one design. I just want them to understand and realize this, right? Before I made one fucking sweater, I had 13 hats before that. So wrap your head around that. Anytime I feel like, even if I hit a brick right now, I got 13 fucking hats that could be a design. Let's play ball.
That you're designing.
Absolutely.
That's designed.
That's designed. Ari, where you been? The hats is out.
Yo, Ari was the kid in the back of the class.
Ari, where you been? You follow me. You like the pictures.
Right, the hats been out there.
I was making out.
Wait.
For a minute,
Ari.
Now, you know what happened?
I'm going to ask Ari a question, right?
See the sweaters.
Because this was a question that I had for people in general.
Take it.
You wasn't in special ed, right?
Hell no.
So my question is, this is a little off topic, but where do the special ed people go after school? They just
in society.
They just mix back up in society
yeah.
like they wasn't in special ed, right?
Yeah. But no, I know that you got. I'm just saying. Like,
wait, hold up, wait.
I'm just saying. Let's get to the.
Yo, you're in that. I just realized what was going on. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, wait, I'm listening to the question, and then I'm listening to you. Yeah. I'm like, then I'm answering. I'm like, okay, I get it now.
All right, listen.
But that's brotherly love, though. I want to get involved in y'all too, man.
That was Ari.
But I'm happy to be back.
That was Ari standing me up.
We ain't see each other
3 times.
We ain't see each other in a long time. But I'm
happy to be back in fashion.
No. That's what I was gonna say. Like, to be in fashion now after taking that year off, right?
Right.
Like, it has to be like when you sat down and looked at everything that was coming out, everything that was like coming up on IG, everything that was coming up.
I did that.
Like,
I did all of that.
You had to analyze.
What came
I did all of that.
Popped in your head.
Yeah, because sometimes
I got some shit. Like, I got some shit for them.
Listen, no, you know what though? Well, hold on. When people take a year off, like you should go ham because you just analyzing the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you, I know you design hats, but I'm just saying like you had to sit and watch these motherfuckers.
I did. I watched it. Like, I definitely watched.
Watch these dudes and watch these bitches.
And the same thing you saw, I saw.
Yeah. Like, there's bullshit out there, but at the same time, there's a market for bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the market is so open for these.
Right.
It's open for anything. As long as you know your niche. The same way people love Jay-Z, there's people who love 6ix9ine. There's two completely different ends of the spectrum, but there's millions of people who's listening to 6ix9ine.
You want quality.
Who say fuck Jay-Z.
You want authenticity.
And vice versa.
A nigga you could believe in. A nigga that posts some shit and he live by it and he tell you this and like I said, I do all this fly shit and you'll still log on tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock and see me walking to fucking work calling this guy.
Yeah. And I don't have a fucking job, but I'm outside or I'm moving around or I'm wherever I went to sleep at the night before.
That's mad early though.
He be like on a 5:30 train to Newburgh. I'm like, yo, dog, you're wilding. Like he's like,
nigga be reading his newspaper, you know.
Nah, nigga, I really like people don't get that grind. Nigga, I'm in motion. Like there's been nights we went to Sweet and Vicious 2-3 in the morning.
Shout out to Sweet and Vicious.
I took my ass to Grand Central Station and bought a water and a croissant and sat there and waited for the 4:30 train to get to Newburgh.
And this is why we able to sit here because it ain't even got nothing to do with all the other extra shit that we here to promote. Just two young black brothers
persistent
and getting to it, man, and just doing it the right way and with integrity and then no sucker shit. And for the niggas doing sucker shit, don't think for 1 second that we don't. That's another thing I want to say too. People do a lot of dumb, stupid, sucker shit. And I'm the type of person, I'm always going to keep a smile. Like, I'm different from Sonny. Sonny probably address it right away. Me, I'm going to smile. I'm going to play the dumb role like I don't know what's going on. But let me tell you something.
We got a bulletin board of niggas that
fucking beat. You understand? Yeah, we got a bulletin board of niggas that did or do fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I don't know if they think or they don't know that I don't know. Mm-hmm. I see everything. And in the words of my homeboy Lamel, no U-turns. You know what I'm saying? No U-turns mean if you wasn't fucking with me before, don't fuck with me now. Because it's a lot of U-turns. And I laugh about it with Sonny. And it's not me being malicious or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of times people like to say, oh, that's fucked up. You shouldn't do that to them now. But what about when niggas was shitting on me? When I was going for a year, I sat back and watched.
Yo, you know the shit I went through trying to get certain brand. And that's why I'm so big on independent brands. Like, even with money, there's certain brands that's pretty much like, I don't give a fuck how much money you got. We're not putting your shit in the store.
Like, gotta have some type of integrity.
And it's like, you would think that being where we at now, being this day and age, this market, that they would be like, oh, you got XYZ to do this? All right, cool. That, to me, that's normal business. Hand over, you know what I'm saying? Hand over fist. Cash, product, boom. I've had brands tell me, your first order got to be a minimum $10,000. And I've pushed that envelope like, okay, I got the 10 bands. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need your brand matrix. And at the time, I didn't know what the fuck that was. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, why do y'all need... I had a business plan, and first of all, I'm like, why do y'all even need this?
Traffic. They want
if I got
many
this,
people going to see my shit on the daily.
It wasn't even that. The brand matrix shit is some other shit that I've learned after doing my research. They want to know
what's the brand matrix. Let people know.
I thought it was something.
Your moving date, what fixtures you have in your spot, what appliances, the voltage that you pulling in. I'm like,
because I need the light to be at 100 watts when it's like, shining on my motherfucking sweater.
To you? And they're like, oh, because if we put this in here, we want this wattage LED light on our shit. We want this wall for ourselves. And it's almost like, you know what I mean? I understand that money is all relative. Yeah, so 10 bands to one person might be $1 million. It might be $1 million to one person. Somebody might look at it like a drop in the bucket.
$1 million to me.
But to me, my money is my money. So I'm like, if I'm spending my money, you shouldn't give a fuck if I go throw all that shit in the garbage once I buy it if you've made your money.
That's right.
But I've had brands tell me, even if you buy it, we're not selling you this shit until you give us an open date. Or you got to give us, like, 2 brands told me, we can't sell you shit until you put the fixtures up and show us how it looks. And in my mind, I'm like, I get it from a business standpoint, the protocol. I mean, I don't get it. I understand protocol.
Yeah, understand.
But it's like, another brand was like, we need to see your bank statements, the sign outside the store, and a roll down gate.
I hope.
For us to, and this is the little shit that might discourage you. My store didn't have a roll down gate.
Let's get
that shit was
brand.
4 bands.
This is gems that Sonny.
Let's get that brand.
This is gems that Sonny dropping. Though
that's
it's
not
a lot of people that don't
it's not a
even know
remote
that.
gate. This is the gate that should cost 4 bands
to get the
right.
Yeah.
So it's like all the little, like, people think that shit is a simp. Nigga, that shit was a struggle. Little shit that I had no clue of. Right. It's like, oh, you got to spend 3 bands. And you got a nigga electrical inspection. Yeah. $2,500. And on top of that was after you paid a nigga 2 bands to come out, make sure everything's wired correctly and properly over the drop ceiling.
Still got his pass inspection.
Certificate of authority. In order for me to be able to charge sales tax with some other shit, I had to pay for.
And the piggyback,
certificate of good stand, like, it's so much shit that just like.
And to piggyback off what he said, though I don't own a store, I know y'all see me on Instagram every day with these fire pictures and these looking cool. Let me tell y'all a fun fact about Larry. I fucking hate that shit. I do not enjoy taking motherfucking pictures. I know my Instagram tell a different story, but I do not. Yo, dude, those pictures cost. Like, I have to pay to do a shoot. Like, I be having to ask people. I get put out of places. I get, like, I be having to be in the subway on a fucking Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. That's not fun. You know what I'm saying? And when the more I try to not be the person to do it and get people flake, it's like, so if somebody flake on me, what I'm going to do? Not do a shoot?
Right, because we big on execution. The shit, at the end of the day, our motto is get that shit done.
Yeah. And I
don't because that's the only thing people respect. Like,
that's it.
Me personally, I hate when somebody tells me, because I've been jaded so much where I look at everybody like they full of shit until they prove other. Like, you can't tell me, yo, bro, I'm going to call you 10 o'clock tomorrow. Because I don't take everybody the way I take myself, where it's like, I know if I say I'm going to call you 10 o'clock tomorrow,
10 o'clock,
I'm going to call you 10 o'clock tomorrow. Whether I got to put a note in my phone, set an alarm, or have somebody remind me, I'm going to do it. So I forgot what the fuck I was about to say.
I just want T to give me Rookie of the Year. That's all I want.
Keeping your word.
That's what T to say.
You got it.
Rookie of the Year.
I think
You got it.
I think when we just summed up is like, sometimes you just can't say you just can't, like, when you hear no, like when somebody tells you no, you just like automatically.
No, when somebody tells you no,
it's going to the next.
Unless it's a bitch or some shit like that.
On to the next.
Go do that shit.
Do that shit on your own.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So if somebody tells you, yo, you can't do, like, I've had people tell me, yo, you open a store, you bugging. Nah, nigga, I'm not bugging. That's something I'm passionate about.
That's just
something I
they
want
fair,
to do.
man. That's just they.
Don't place
like
your
that,
restrictions on me.
That's right.
So, yo, why you working? Why you doing it all the way up there? None of your fucking business. Why? If I want to make that commute, that's on me. You don't got to go there. And you, at that point, you, to a certain extent, you got to treat niggas the way these other brands would treat a nigga. Like, nigga, I don't need your business. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure this shit gets sold. I'm going to make sure this business doesn't fail.
And when you ain't buying niggas hoodies, you're going to download that app. If you don't like the clothes, you're going to download
So it's
the app.
beautiful when one way or another that shit comes back to
like
you.
that.
Like,
and I'm going back
like,
to
as you know, the
interviews
studio.
soon,
I've had
too.
niggas with brands
I'm
that's
on
like,
their ass.
yo,
2019.
you got to buy my shit or I can't put it in your store, and then I'll book a session and they in there working with Dot, and I walk in going to pick up some shit. And they, oh, Sonny, what up, bro? How you know about this studio?
Sonny, time out.
It's my shit, nigga.
Nah, wait, let me get a 20 real fast. Wait, let me show you.
Right.
But I just want y'all to see how organic this whole situation. Like, look at man got a studio, a boutique, a line. I got my line, my app, my mixes. Like understand, like, this not we not, like, that's why I say it's built off of respect. Like, it ain't like just two random niggas like, oh, we want to be friends. No, like, we respectfully in our own lanes.
Yeah, as business owners, you respect when somebody else has that resilience to keep going after that long. Like, I watched this man practically literally build a whole nother brand
from the ground up in a year.
I remember him from
the Viva La Brooklyn. For anybody that knows,
from
Viva La Brooklyn, step away from that shit and create a whole new wave, not based on the merit of the last brand.
That's right.
And the same shit here. I was a rapper at a point. I walked completely away from that shit. Use none of those connections. Use none of that clout. And say, you know what? I'm open a studio, a store.
Another fun fact, too. None of Gifted Apparel money, none of that money went to anything that I got going on now. Right. I know it sounds hard to believe. I know it sounds like a myth. But listen, none of that money went to what I got going on now. And in less than a year. And my hoodie's only been out, a month now? A month. But don't get it twisted.
The fanfare behind it is dope. But like I said, it takes resilience because the good part people see is 100 bad parts. You know what I mean? So it's like even me, before the studio and the store open, that's thousands of dollars a month just in rent alone before the shit open. That has to be paid. A nigga's not looking at that. So when you tell a nigga, yo, bro, I can't give you $20 off of a hoodie. Right. Why? Because I've spent 10 bands before, outside of building the shit.
We still trying to cover holes from fucking 2007.
I paid XYZ in rent over the last 6 months before I made $1 or made a profit. I'm not tripping or beefing about it.
That's what they say about business, though. You don't make a profit until you're
18. It's generally the first 18 months you don't turn profit.
Yeah, it sounds good saying
financially,
it.
But when you that blood, sweat, equity shit. When you lifetime.
When you walk into work with $3 in your account, that shit don't sound like how you saying it right now. Right. Like, oh yeah, you don't make no money because nobody. Even though you know that, nobody goes into it think like, yeah, we know that, but nobody goes into business thinking like, I'm gonna make money. I mean, I don't think 3 years. I
don't think you should.
I need this flip right.
I don't think your mind.
I damn sure was. I thought by now. Listen, right? I acquired both spaces May this year. I would figure by I really thought by September I would be making money. September came and it was like, oh, you can't open this shit without a road. That shit kicked me in my ass. I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go get a gate, and the lack of knowledge is the biggest fight that we have. It's so much shit
That's
that we
black
can do
people.
and do better.
I'ma say it.
That
That's
we
black people.
The lack of knowledge. So me thinking
That's
this,
black people.
I'm like, damn, you know what? $700. I'm gonna get me. I'm thinking this shit is a metal gate. This shit can't cost. The nigga said 4 bands. Yeah, I gotta put this rack up and then the chain and this. $4,000, nigga, plus an extra $500 because the shit is in Newburgh and there's no gate roll down fence. Area. I had a nigga from Jamaica, Queens. Wow. That had to come do that shit.
Right. And I want to say something to people that might be listening that's going to hear this. Don't hear them numbers and let that be the reason you don't pursue your dreams. Like, people ask me about the app.
You can get the money.
And I be like, it costs $8,000-$9,000, but, like, don't let that, like, you can get on a payment plan. Like, don't travel for a year. You're not going to miss shit. Like, just save your money. Like, you're not going to miss nothing.
Right. Them bitches is going to be there. Them same clubs, bars. The Patron is not going nowhere.
And if you lucky, because at the end of the day, when you get to the point where you want to get, you ain't even going to want to fuck them bitches.
What I've learned, too, dealing with people, a lot of up-and-coming and upstarts.
They do.
Fuck the grants.
Like when you want to, but even if you want to open up their business and stuff, like they have something
I think the fact that that's available honestly hinders a lot of people because me consulting, not even consulting, and me giving advice to people. Like I'll give you a certain level of advice before I feel like you just using me and fuck picking my brain. You just digging at this point. A lot of people's mentality is, I want to get a business loan. And like I said, I got a Dame Dash mindset. Get your fucking money.
I don't want no fucking business
loan. Get your money and go do that shit yourself. People will be like, yo, how can I get a loan to do this? Nigga, you don't need a loan. You can go get that money. Whether you go get a job.
Just go sit in the bank with a representative. What the fuck?
Listen, I feel like, me personally, before we close.
That'd be the excuse, though, because truth be told, that's how simple it is. All you got to do is go sit with a representative.
I can't get a loan. I can't get a grant.
Right. But before we close, I always feel like it's always a means to get whatever you need to get.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. I feel like nobody should stop you. Nothing should hinder you from pursuing your passion. Right?
You control your destiny, whether you believe it or not.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I think people are not getting. And people are not getting it because
wait. It's somebody asked me. No. I used to work with Gifted Apparel. My brand now is Brooklyn or Bust. I said, I heard you say that Gifted Apparel. Yeah, I used to work with that brand. Look, see my tattoo? Just in case you think I'm trolling or some wild shit. Look, see that? See that? It says Gifted Apparel right there. And then on top of that, it says fucking Brooklyn on Bus. You see that? So I hope I answered your question.
But before we close, it's like us black people,
right?
We can't get stagnant to the fact that it's no room for us to pursue our dreams or pursue our destiny, right? We all can't sit up here and say, it's hard. $7,000 is hard. $5,000 is hard.
Everything is hard. Not doing shit is hard right now.
Listen,
you
saying it's hard, pause. You saying it's hard makes it harder.
And even for some people, getting out their bed is hard, but you got to get up, right?
Yeah.
You got to go out, right?
I get up with a smile now and call Sonnie.
Listen, you call him. I text him once in a while.
We know.
That nigga don't answer.
But what I'm saying is that what you guys are doing is pursuing.
I got you, homie. I'm definitely going to check it. 12 and 12. Yo, can you send me some free clothes, though? I like free shit. I still wear other people's brands. If you got some fire shit, man, send me some free fucking clothes. Inbox me. 12 and 12 clothing. I'm going to check your shit out. Just be ready to send me some shit when I click on your page if you got heat.
Send us some shit.
Yeah, everybody wants shit now.
And opportunity to get it in the store.
And an opportunity to get it. If your shit fire, I'm gonna check your shit 12 and 12. Inbox me now so I can see it once I log off. If your shit fire, and you can be able to get your shit in the store. But you gotta send me some product first, though.
Listen,
you gotta touch it.
I want to see the brand. Check the brand out quick, fast while we in.
I
want to see what the fuck they got.
I ain't gonna do that.
Listen, no, because I do follow some brands that's like, it's all right.
Who are your top 3 brands right now? Urban street brands. Top 3.
I don't have any.
Why? What's wrong? What you mean? All right, well, what's your 3 shopping regular stores?
I don't even like Zara.
You don't like Zara?
I knew it.
But I'm, like, because I feel like now at 33.
Why'd your co-host just walk out of here like that?
She had to use the bathroom.
All right.
Make sure she wash your hands.
You want to
No, I'm just asking.
You want to hold a cup for?
No. God is assholes.
But nah, like, you know, I don't wear a lot of brands.
Right.
Right. You know,
But you do though.
But I do.
Everything is a brand. It doesn't matter what you put
no
on.
matter
Hanes,
what. But like no big brand.
I'm fucking.
No,
that is big
no
brands.
big
Ari, you
brands.
fucking up.
Anything
Ari.
that got a flagship store is a big brand.
But I'm just saying, like, no, like
I'm fucking with you.
No high end.
High end.
I
don't wear high end. Like people think I probably should or have, but I do have high end in the closet. I don't wear it anymore because I feel like it's so.
You got kids, nigga. You gotta be realistic with yourself.
But like, can I afford it? Absolutely. But at this point in my life, I feel like it's not like what y'all doing is like making it easier for, like I'm gonna keep saying, like for people like Kevin who wants to put their brand in stores, right? Who's making it easy. Well, I like what Kevin has on. I can wear it. It's reasonable. I can wear it. You understand? Like if you look at H&M and Zara prices, I think Kanye had mentioned it a couple years ago. Like if you look at these prices are hard to get into. Like to get a $30 type of sweater like that is hard. Like people usually sell it for the high, and the high is what, $75?
Right.
$80, and you
That's
like,
not the
damn.
high. There's high.
There's higher than that.
There's high, but the high quality. So you're looking at it like, damn, like I like it. I want to support, but I can't afford at the moment. Like you tired of looking at shit like that. You want to just get something that's more quality and cool.
I say this.
Like,
what
I feel like what you have
put
is
in
cool.
is what you're gonna get. Like me asking $70, $80 for a sweater. Like I said, $10 embroidery $10 patch.
Mm-hmm.
We had $20 already. The hoodie, the blank hoodie itself is $10. So we had $30 already. What I'm gonna do? Sell this shit for $50?
Then you gotta include this man's sweat equity because you gotta drop the shit off, pick it up, and get it to where it gotta go.
You the everything behind.
You gotta get the sheets, because and then I gotta pay for labor. I gotta and then on top of the patch, then I still gotta pay somebody to press the patch on or stitch the patch on, or the embroidery guy got, like, it's a lot of
everybody
shit.
Everybody got to get paid, and you got to do the running around.
Yo, let me tell you something. I know people like saying they a boss and everybody want to be a boss. Let me tell you something. The boss is the last motherfucking person to get paid. It's mornings I wake up and all I'm doing is paying motherfuckers. I'm just like, yo, this shit is fucking crazy. Like, yo, try paying 4 or 5 people in the morning, man. You'll want to, and then you looking like, hey, damn, I ain't getting nothing back right now.
I know how it is paying 6, 7 people in the morning.
Man, that shit rough.
It's rough. I know how it is.
That's why I ain't got nobody working in the store. I'm gonna be the cashier, the sales rep, the stock boy.
You kept mentioning, like, and I want to just like mention it, like that what you were mentioning, Dame Dash.
Dame Dash is dope, man.
As many people don't like him, his mindset.
But why people don't like him?
Maybe it's his delivery.
I'm gonna tell you what
it's
it was.
the delivery more so than the message.
In my opinion, this is my opinion. Mm-hmm. He put the bulletproof vest on for Jay.
Yeah.
That's why I respect.
It was the good cop, bad cop.
Good cop, bad cop. Yeah, he put the bulletproof
so
vest on.
Jay
for
was the likable guy, but Dame Dash was the nigga that was really, like, if you listen to any other artist that was at Rockefeller, they'll tell you Dame Dash was the one that stood up for me.
Yeah.
Dame Dash was the one. Man. He signed every artist. That shit was unheard of to sign artists to partnerships at that time. Yeah.
And don't get it twisted.
Niggas don't get partnerships.
Right. Dame Dash not missing no motherfucking meals at all.
Oh, no, not at all.
I know he's staring away from the
No, I mean, it's still on point because it goes back to the fact of you can do that shit yourself.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. And like for people like Flex, right, who was criticizing Dame for whatever reason, I felt like, and I had posted, I said, how you gonna criticize somebody who made entrepreneurship for young African Americans notable? You don't understand what I'm saying? Like, how do you criticize somebody for their body of work that they made, like black people like me and you, like, yo, listen, this is what we want to do. This is how many stores we want to get up in the next 3 or 4 years from now. Right. Like, how do
Dame got crucified for Rockefeller? He died for their sins. That's how I look at it.
Put the bulletproof vest on for Jay. And you know what I'm saying?
But in a way, he had to, though.
Yeah, but that's why for me, like, that's why I have these debates. That's why I don't debate people when it comes to Dame, because
I love Dame.
My perspective is I appreciate Dame. Like I said,
I appreciate everything he did, man. Everything he did.
I know what it's like to be a good business partner, and I just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to put the bulletproof vest on sometimes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just. He did that when he went up in the meetings, wilding and all of that. That was for the brand. He had valid points.
It wasn't like he just went in there on no goofy shit.
Like this is a Rockefeller Rough Rider tour, not a Def Jam. Like
I think that's what this generation now. They phasing that out. Like you forget about that
because now this is the generation of. Loan me some money.
Hey, hugs and kisses and shit.
You gotta think about it. There hasn't been anybody else.
There hasn't been a Dame Dash in the past
Rockefeller
5-10 years.
Came like,
because you know
we
why?
don't need y'all money. We just need y'all platform. We got the money.
Mm-hmm.
You can't when somebody, and not to make it seem like it's all about money, but when you have money, money is control in business.
Yeah,
whoever has the most money, you win.
Mm-hmm. That's
pretty much.
It's like Monopoly.
Big fish eat little fish,
and that's a big fact.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat all the little fish under me and grow.
Because when you get to a certain level, a jewel I'll give is when you get to a certain level of business, they don't even start new businesses. They call that shit MAAs. It's mergers and acquisitions. Mm-hmm. When billionaire niggas is not trying to say, "Oh, I got a great idea. Let me start this shit." They tell you, "Yo, bring me 10 things that's popping. I don't give a fuck what they are. I got $200 million
to invest in it.
And if one of those 10 turn into $1 billion, I'm cool.
That's success. That is the definition.
That's what big business is. It's not about
Ari,
idea.
Stop looking at my rings. Ari, you like them? I sell them too, by the way.
You do?
I do. I damn sure do. I sell them. You want
to buy one?
You want to buy?
I don't have a ring.
Yeah, I noticed. But I don't know. I see you looking at it. See, normally I wouldn't do that to nobody. People do it all the time, but I know you, so that's the only reason why I did that. But I just want to know what you think when you look at them, honestly speaking. I'm just curious.
It's rings.
They trash, they dope.
They probably mean something, though. It's because you said everything symbolized something.
Right.
So it has some type of symbolic.
Right. But this is the one time that it don't mean shit. I sell these shits if somebody want to.
So you sell them?
Yeah, I do. But I do a lot of shit behind the scenes. I don't tell people because, in the black community, that you be considered doing too much.
Nah.
So we'll talk off air about that. But I do have jades and pieces.
But you're doing enough, though. You're doing enough.
I ain't doing enough.
But you have to do more, though.
Yeah, yeah, I got to do more. That's why I brought Sonnie on board, man. Let's just
so now y'all
open
got
up another streamline.
Like I said, y'all got a great collab going on,
and more to come. More to come, man.
More mixes and
more collabs, studio space, potentially maybe another design. You know what I'm saying? Why not, man? I mean, I put it like this. For every 10 other person that came before him that said they wanted to do something, he was the only one that followed through. So fuck it, I ain't going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Nah, that's just
like you said. As you grow, you build that conglomerate. Like I might have somebody else we can add on that does something.
Right.
I might find a club owner. Say, yo, my man's a club owner. We can do the mixes here now. Get a better price point.
People don't know. Like even like when me and him hang out now. When we hang out, the other people that be there be like other business owners. Like it be other designers. Like we not on no selfish bullshit. Like that shit is goofy, man. Like we grown ass men trying to be successful. And if he got something to benefit me at this point in my life, and I got something to benefit him, let's do it. Like I said, I'm not gonna live my next 30 years the way I did in my last 30.
Because even with saturation, there's enough money for everybody. You gotta think about this in the hood, right? Mm-hmm. There's 30 fucking bodegas within a certain
and
radius.
Everybody eating comfortable.
Them shits don't go out of if they don't go out of business for lack of money. If they go out of business,
as long as they
violated some alcohol, beer law, or they sold some Lucy's or some shit like that. They're not just going out of business because they're not making money. You know what I mean? So saturation don't stop nothing. That shit still goes on. Business goes on.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to.
There's a million sneaker brands. These niggas is not going out of business. They just yo-yoing up and down. Nike's big this year. Adidas big next year.
Puma's coming
up.
I like Puma.
People don't realize Fila was one of the biggest, if not that as a singular platform. Fila, that Destructor shit that looks like a Sketcher, was the biggest selling sneaker of 2018. Mm-hmm. Nobody would think that Fila would sell crazy sneakers like that, but it happened.
There's a lot of Caucasians that bought it.
a lot of black people that.
A lot of black people. What you don't realize is Fila had a run to the point where they was doing collaborations with a lot of independent black businesses. People ain't know that. They had a collab with Brooklyn Circus. They did the collaboration with Brooklyn Sky. They did the collaboration with Mano had his own joint.
Nas.
You know what I'm saying? Nas had. So they and again, you know, a lot of times in the black community, I think a lot of times black people feel like if something not popping in the hood, that it's not relevant. Me and Sonny always joke about this. Let me tell you something. Ari, when was Vance and Leathers popping? All right, you ain't even got to answer it. Genesis is still fucking there, and the prices is still the motherfucking same. With or without niggas in the hood wearing it.
2001.
Right, but the point I'm trying to make is that Genesis was there then,
and it's there now.
And it's there now.
Whether Vincent sold or not.
Right, whether niggas was in the hood wearing it or not, that shit was still open. And to finish, my closing point is I'm glad T gave me Rookie of the Year, and that's the closing point that I want to make. She got to. That's the point I'm trying to make.
You definitely are.
You could give me a bitch for my accomplishments.
Me and Sonny, that's what we want to do.
All you want me to.
Me and Sonny just want to be here for a long time. We in it for the long shot. So you ain't got to buy our shit now. You ain't got to buy it next week. But just know that when you come around a year from now, whatever, we going to be here. That's it.
Or you going to buy that shit by mistake if you don't. Because you're going to buy some shit that you don't even know we're behind.
Right.
And that's when it turns into, that shit. Like I said, I live for those moments.
And the next time y'all come, y'all going to bring a case of Bel Air?
Yeah, I was mad.
Not
Sonny
a case. Let's be honest here. I could have bought 2 bottles.
Yeah, Sonny definitely the plug for that. I don't know. Sonny lacked on this one.
Shout out to Sarah, my big homie from Bel Air.
Yes, Sarah.
Not that Sarah. It's another Sarah.
Okay. But Sarah, man. If you
shout out to Sarah and Brock too. Over in LA
for the holidays.
I know, I saw their pictures.
Yeah. But that's part of the team as well.
Sarah is the model for Brooklyn or Bust. She don't know
my brother Todd, my brother Black from The Office.
He just
MBNY.
Yeah, make sure y'all download
shout
the app.
Shout out to Ari for bullshitting us.
Yeah, shout out to Ari. Shout out to me. Wait, download the Brooklyn or Bust app. It's in the app store. It's 99 cents. And just in case y'all don't know, I only get 70 cents off a download. After tax is 50 cents.
It's almost like you got to present it like, yo, give me 70 cents for my app. Because niggas will sit there and be like, damn, 99 cents? Bro, just buy the app.
That's crazy.
You don't say that when your badass kids be downloading shit.
You had it out almost, a year ago?
A year ago, yeah.
Yes.
And shout out, y'all got hand claps. And I had a 2-year anniversary last week. Y'all didn't know y'all was celebrating my 2-year anniversary of my app when y'all was at the mixer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
And 1 year, got the app, another year, clothing brand. If that ain't progression, I don't know what is. And that's not even me talking my shit. Truth be told, it's news to me, too. I feel weird saying it, but...
You didn't even realize
I damn sure didn't. I ain't even gonna hold you. I didn't.
I was too hot. I was there. So
yeah.
I ate mad shit that day.
Was the food good, though?
I had too much shit to eat.
No, because he ain't like the chicken. He was like,
he ain't like the chicken.
Salt and stuff on
okay. Still shouts out to Rustic Tavern. He just ordered the wrong thing, man.
No, he bust down the other food, though.
He bust down the other food. All right, good. So
after it took about
shouts out to Rustic, man.
That's the spot. Is the food good there all the time?
The food always good, man. It's good. Sonny just ordered the wrong shit that day, man.
They got vegetarian options over there?
Yeah, they got vegetarian stuff too.
I just want to make sure
you vegetarian, Ari? Yeah, they got French fries. And they got the spinach and dip shit.
And French fries.
They got the spinach and dip shit.
What are your health benefits from that?
It's a clear mind.
Oh.
Because it ain't
you need to just smoke weed. You could start eating steak and just smoke weed.
Look, it's not. It's clearly not a clear mind.
T came for you just now. Yeah, I seen that. You know,
y'all want to know? Like, I'll be wanting to know why people.
I'm the only girl in this damn group, so I have to do something.
You're not the only girl.
No, Bianca. My bad. Sorry.
We had a lot of girls.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Bianca.
That's the part where I'm backing out of the conversation.
She just said she felt left out, so she texted us in the group chat. Oh, I told her.
Tell her text me outside the group chat so I could tell her something.
Tell her what? I'm curious.
None of your business. No, it's between me and Bianca.
I'm not curious. I don't want to know.
I'm gonna tell her something.
How's she doing, Sonny?
If she attached to Sonny, she good, man.
So
until she group chat y'all something otherwise.
Yeah. I'm moving to Atlanta.
We still going to Atlanta?
That's it. We off here.
We going to Atlanta?
We all going to Atlanta?